The 26th installment of Bedtime Bible Stories. Hope your week is going well. If not, please let us know. We are here to help. A few quick notes for you. The first one is, this week, as you can tell, we have decided to go ahead and transition, sort of as we head into the final stretch of the Bible, away from the Where in the World is Pastor Matt Hacker, mainly because I ran out of ideas as to what could be behind me. And so I figured I'd put the pictures from the book behind me, right? Might be nice that way. But of course, we will always keep the single most popular part of this little video, which is the math joke of the week. So here we go. Why was the math book so sad? Why, you ask? Because it had so many problems. Get it? So many problems? All right. Here we go. Let's start with the reading of the day. There were once 5,000 tired and hungry, and probably grumpy, people sitting on the hillside wanting their dinner. They'd come to hear Jesus that day. They came before breakfast, stayed all morning, all afternoon, and way past dinner. No one had meant to be out there that long, but that's how it was listening to Jesus, as if time didn't exist. People could listen to Jesus for hours, and on this particular day, that's just what they did. But they hadn't brought enough food, and they couldn't just go buy themselves a burger and fries to go because, of course, they were in the middle of nowhere and no shops or restaurants. Besides, that kind of food hadn't been invented yet. What would they do? Jesus' friends had an idea. Let's send everyone home for dinner. They don't need to go, Jesus said. You can give them something to eat. Did Jesus want them to travel all the way downtown and buy food for everyone? Jesus' friends panicked. But we don't have enough money. What food do you have? Jesus asked. Go and see. Now there was a little boy in the crowd. He had brought a lunch that his mother had made for him that morning. He looked at his 5 loaves and 2 fish. It wasn't much. Not nearly enough for 5,000 people, but it was all he had. I have some, he said. Jesus' friends laughed when they saw this little lunch. That's not nearly enough, they said. But they were wrong. Jesus knew it didn't matter how much the little boy had. God would make it enough, more than enough. Jesus said, bring me what you have. And so the little boy gave Jesus his lunch. Jesus winked at the little boy and whispered in his ear, watch. How in the world will Jesus feed everyone with just that? Jesus' friends said, because they thought it was impossible. But Jesus knew the one who made all the fish in the oceans. And Jesus knew the one who in the very beginning had made everything out of nothing at all. How hard would something like this be for someone like that? Jesus took the little boy's lunch, looked up to heaven, and thanked his Father. Then Jesus gave the little lunch back to his friends. As Jesus' friends started to hand out the food, do you know what? It was the strangest thing. No matter how much they broke off, there was always more, and more, and more. Enough for 5,000. Everyone ate as much as they wanted, seconds, thirds, even fourths, until they were full, and still there were leftovers. Well, Jesus did many miracles like this, things people thought couldn't happen, but it was the most natural thing in all the world. It's what God had been doing from the beginning. Of course, taking nothing and making everything, taking the emptiness and filling it up, taking the darkness and making light. That's the sort of thing God does. The end. Well, thank you all for watching with me this evening. I hope all is going well for you. Know that you're in my prayers, but know this. Sleep well tonight. For while you sleep, God is watching over you because he loves you, for you are all children of God. Bye until the next Bedtime Bible Stories next Monday at 6 p.m.